Hey everyone, Paul from Wolverine Prepper again, and I'm here with the Browey Power Station, and we're going to ask the question, is it worth it? Now let's get into it. All right, so what we have here is the Browey Portable Power Station. This is a 1,000 watt solar generator with a built-in solar panel that's 614 watts. This has AC, DC, USB outputs for outdoor camping, RV travel, and emergency preparedness. Not only does this come in 1,000 watts, it can also come in a smaller 600 watt and a larger 1,600 watt. This is the green and black model. It also comes in a dark blue and black in the 1,600. So now I want to just take a tour of the device and we can go through the features and then we will talk about if it's worth it. So this is the front panel. It's on the actual side of the power station. Here's your display. You turn that on. It's going to show your battery. If we open this up, here are your USBs. You have a USB-C and then two regular USB, and they're the blue one. So that means that they're the fast charge or fast power. What I do like about this is every one of these has a protective piece over it just to keep dust, debris, moisture out of it. So that's the USBs. If I open this up, here is the input if you're going to maybe plug this into actual power to get it charged up. And then it also has the same type of plugs for output. And then here's your AC and your DC. Now, one thing I'm not a huge fan of is you have one AC plug, which means if you want to plug more than one AC device in there, you're going to have a power strip or something like that to give you additional plugs. So not a huge fan of that, but it is what it is. And we'll kind of get into that later in the video on as far as if it should have more plugs or not. So when you turn the AC on, you'll actually see that it'll actually come up here on the device and it will show you how many watts it's using and the volts, and it will show you all that. If you turn on DC, it'll do the same. So this is what I would call the back side of the charger. It does have this kickstand, which this is going to be utilized for the solar panel on the other side. But you can bring out this kickstand and you can adjust how this is angled, as you can see. That way you're going to be able to get a better angle on the sun. On this side, there is a fan, so it doesn't overheat. So that is on that side. I would definitely recommend not blocking that or anything like that. And then on this side, it has a dual panel solar panel. Now, like I said, I'll kick that kickstand out. This way, however the sun is positioned, you can kind of change the angle of how this is sitting to make sure you're getting optimal sun to be able to charge it from this solar panel. I will tell you that the solar panel does charge it. However, this size solar panel, it would take quite a long time to go from dead to 100%. So I would not recommend this being your primary source of solar. This would be probably your secondary, or if you're just wanting to run something on this and you have sun out you could always keep this open to be getting it charged, like if you're on a hunt or a camping trip. That way, this is generating the energy for whatever you're trying to plug into it. This is definitely not made for a whole house solution. This is not anything like that. What you can charge with this are smaller devices like laptops, phones, tablets, cameras, drones. You could plug in like a fan or a small heater. I actually did test it with a small desk heater that I have, and it worked really well. If you need it to charge up any camping lights you have, this will charge a mini refrigerator. I did test it with a mini fridge. It will work with that, or any of those electric coolers that you can get for like a car or camping. You can definitely utilize this to plug that in. CPAP machines or even speakers. So this is more of a miniature. If you're looking for something to, like I said, go camping, go on a hunt, or if you need something, you have a power outage. I know in the winter, quite often, if we have a bad ice storm, we're going to probably lose power in Michigan here. This would be a good thing to have charged, ready to go, in case you need any type of power for any type of blackout type of situation. If you wanted something that is more for your whole house, I would definitely recommend something a little larger. There are definitely ones that are that big. If you guys are interested, we could even do a video on one of those type of backups, but this would definitely not be for that. Now, the reason why I said it's probably a good idea that it has the one outlet, I did run this at 100%, and I had my lights, a heater, I had a dehumidifier, I had a bunch of electronics plugged into it, and it did not last very long with all that stuff plugged in. So this might not be the type of thing that you're going to want if you need to have multiple things plugged into it. It's consistently. Now, if you need to just charge something or have it on periodically, or even if you're just going to have, maybe it's summer, you lose power, you have one of those electric coolers, and you're going to need this to run that electric cooler or mini fridge, it would definitely work well, and it would keep that food cold, and your food wouldn't spoil. I would definitely recommend it for that. So pricing for this device, the 600 watt is going to cost you on Amazon $479.99 as of the day that this video is recorded, which is October 24th, 2025. The 1000 watt, which is the one that I have here, will run you $469.99, which is actually kind of crazy that right now the 1000 watt is actually less expensive than the 600 watt. The 1600 watt in the green and black is going to cost you $639, and the 1600 watt in that blue, the dark blue that it comes in, will cost you $799. There really isn't much of a difference in the two 1600 watt. It just looks like maybe the color is going to be the main difference. But those are the different configurations that you can get them in. I did not see that Browey has a larger battery backup. So that's this is going to be the largest one that you're going to be able to get. The device here is it's quite hefty. It's about 23 pounds, and it's at 110 volts. And to be honest, for the things that I said that it would be able to work with, it's going to work well. Anything else, it's going to be really hard. This does have a 10 plus year lifespan for the battery. So that's also really nice because for that money, you're actually going to get a good amount of time to be able to utilize the device. So yeah, that's the device. I've spent quite some time, like I said, testing it, over plugging things, just running extended time, short time. I have done charging on the sun. Like I said, it's not the fastest way to charge it. The big problem, especially here in Michigan, is especially in the winter, we don't get a lot of really good sunlight. So it's really hard to charge it based on sunlight. So let's turn the camera back to the normal setup and we will do some overall thoughts. All right, and that is going to be the Browey solar power generator. Like I said, this is not going to be one that I would recommend for running your house. It definitely does not have that capacity. And I would also take in consideration when you're looking for something for powering your house or powering a large portion of your home, I would take into consideration several things. Number one, a fuel generator is always probably going to be one of the better options in just a normal situation where you would need a generator. Maybe you have a power outage or something like that. Whether it's natural gas, propane, or gasoline, that is always going to be probably your most reliable, no matter where you are in the country, no matter what time of day it might be. But in those situations where you have a collapse or it's a more severe situation where being more stealth is going to be a priority, I would go with a solar version of a power generator. And maybe I would even create a battery bank that you can store that energy that you're creating through the generator. Those are definitely a little more in-depth ways of handling power in those type of situations. But again, for camping, for a hunt, for being outdoors and you need something, my family, when it's nice out, we like to do an outdoor movie. I have a movie screen, projector, all that kind of stuff. This would be a great, instead of having to haul out the huge long extension cord and all that, this would be a great way to be able to do that with my family and not have a loud generator generating that power. This would work perfectly for something like that. Like I said, going camping, you want to hook up your coffee machine, whatever, that type of thing. It would be perfect for those type of situations, or even in a small power outage. This would be perfect for being able to run some things that you need to run and then be able to get some power off of it when you or back into it from the sun when you need to do that as well. So I will say that doing some investigation on the price, it is in that price point on the same scale as some other generators of that size. The only difference that this one would have versus maybe like a Jackery or an Anker or one of those is it has the built-in solar panel. But going back to that, I'm really not convinced that it's worth that price point for that feature alone, because I really didn't have a lot of really good luck with doing quick charges. It took a long time to get it to 100%. So I'm really not sure. It might be a better value to buy a Jackery and buy the larger solar panel, because if you had a larger solar panel, it probably would charge quicker. So if you're already going to invest in that larger solar panel, you may as well just get the Jackery and plug that into that panel. To be honest, that would be what I would say. So in the end, is it worth it? Is it worth the price that I paid for it? I'm going to have to say, for me, no. For you, it might be. I don't want to tell you what you should do, but for me, I found it might be a wiser way to spend my money, to spend a little extra to get, like I said, a Jackery, Anker, one of those with a larger panel. You know that the device is coming from a name brand. It's a trusted brand, and I think it might be worth your money, because let's face it, most of us, we work very hard for our money. We can't afford all the time the top of the line, best of the best. In that case, something like this might be worth it to you. If you can afford a little more, I would always go with that a little higher end device. But that is going to be our Is It Worth It? And I hope you enjoyed it. If you want to see me do more videos like this, go ahead and give the video a like. In the comments, tell me what you think about this device, what you think about what I believe is it a value or not? Let me know in the comments. If you like this video, again, give it a thumbs up. If you think you know someone in your friends or family circle, or even your prepping community that would enjoy this video, go ahead and share it with them. If you like these types of videos or the other videos on my channel, make sure to hit the subscribe button and hit that notification bell so you're notified every time I come out with a new video. If you want to keep watching my videos, there's a video right here that you can click on to keep watching. As always, don't get prepared. Stay prepared. God bless you, and God bless the Republic.